Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k17 Universe Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz. Tonight, the 6 men involved in the Elimination Chamber match right here on Raw, competing for the championship at the Chamber pay-per-view, compete in 6-man tag team action. We're going to see Reigns, Rusev, BÁLOR versus CENA, ROLLINS, and ZIGGLER. What a match that is going to be. Right here tonight on Raw, but first let's get into this week's Superstars results. And first up, we had Summer Rae going one-on-one with Alicia Fox to kick things off on this week's Superstars. We also had, well, a bit of a makeshift team kind of going together for the first time ever. Well, how will they fare? I have no idea. But we also had Curtis Axel and Tyson Kidd teaming up to take on the Vaude Villians. Now, the Vaude Villians have an opportunity on this episode of Raw to become the #1 contenders. So if they win or lose here tonight, it's not going to really affect them, but you definitely want to win to get that confidence heading into your #1 contender match. And we also have Mark Henry going one-on-one with Fernando. Alicia Fox gets to win over Summer Rae. Axel and Kidd versus the Vaude Villians. Can the Vaude Villians get some momentum building for that opportunity? No! They've lost here tonight. That's not good. Henry versus Fernando. It's going to be Mark Henry with the win. Let's move on, and Mark Henry, well, let's give him another match, shall we? A win over Fernando. Can he get a win over Kalisto? That's our opening contest here on this week's Monday Night Raw. BrendenPlayz is up against the Golden Truth. Let's see how the Golden Truth fare over the PTB. Charlotte goes one-on-one with Dana Brooke. Now, Brooke and Emma have been teaming up in recent times, have been friends, they're allies. Well, how will Charlotte fare over her #1 contender's ally, Dana Brooke? And speaking of the Vaude Villians, as we mentioned a moment ago, up against American Alpha tonight, the winner will face the Usos at the Chamber. And speaking of the Elimination Chamber, we're going to see who will face Shinsuke Nakamura, I should say, at the Chamber, as it's going to be Cruz and Kendrick one-on-one. And we said a moment ago, the 6-man tag team match. 6 men, all will be in the Elimination Chamber, but tonight, 3 of them have to team up to take on the other 3. That's going to be a good one, that's later on. Mark Henry defeats Kalisto, so hey, Henry's on a bit of a roll. 2 wins in a row this week. Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, the primetime players, get the victory. Dana Brooke, upset win over Charlotte. That's not what she wanted at all, man. Perhaps Emma got herself involved there. And we are now backstage here with the man himself, Roman Reigns, and whoa, Finn Balor. Balor and Reigns having a bit of a discussion. 2 men that will be teaming up later tonight. We've heard about Finn Balor looking for someone to help him out in the Chamber. Perhaps Reigns may just be that man. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our opening contest in tonight's Monday Night Raw episode. It's going to be the American Alpha up against the Vaude Villains in tonight's extended Monday Night Raw episode. I have to say a quick apology from me for the lack of uploads. This has just been a busy week for me. My best friend came down. I've got to see him for the first time in all year, pretty much. And also, lots of schoolwork coming on, so I apologize for the lack of videos. It's going to be the same for the rest of the next week, up until we get the Elimination Chamber done. Then, we're going to keep on pumping the videos out just the way I like it as we continue to build towards WrestleMania. Not too far away at all. And by the way, Elimination Chamber, we have a set date, if you're not aware, November 5th, Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. UK time. The same time as always, a 30-minute pre-show beginning before that time, so what will be 1:30 Eastern Standard Time and 6:30 UK time. If you want to check out the pre-show. Pre-show match will be Sasha Banks versus Paige one-on-one. 2 women, as we saw the last few episodes of Universe Mode, just have had enough of each other. That alliance has imploded, they're done. Now they want to settle the differences and perhaps move on to determine who will be the next woman to take on Charlotte, or perhaps even Emma, for that Women's Championship to try and earn themselves a spot at WrestleMania. That's going to be a big, big match indeed. So that will be our pre-show. And we're going to find out as well who will be taking on the Usos for the Tag Team Championships. Will it be the Vaude Villains or will it be the American Alpha? We are about to find out in a moment's time as these 2 teams, the Vaude Villains and the American Alpha, clash here tonight with the winning team going on to take on the Usos for the gold. Usos only recently won the championships not too long ago from the Spear Shock, and they had a successful championship defense over the American Alpha. They've been doing pretty well for themselves, the Usos. Can they keep their red-hot form going? They're going to have to try and beat the Vaude Villains to do so, or perhaps the American Alpha again. So American Alpha would love another chance here tonight to prove themselves worthy of that opportunity. They have a chance to do that against the Vaude Villians, who are coming into this match with a shock loss, you'd have to say, over Tyson Kidd and Curtis Axel. That's not the way they wanted. I guess maybe they were treating it as a bit of a warm-up match, maybe not taking it as seriously as you probably should have, knowing that they've already got themselves an opportunity to be in this match to determine the #1 contenders. But a loss is a loss, and that's exactly what the American Alpha can use to their own advantage, trying to capitalize on the Vaude Villians' recent loss. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a big Elimination Chamber pay-per-view coming your way, as we said a moment ago, November 5th. The entire match card for the Elimination Chamber will be released on the website BrendenPlayz.com. Once this video is up, you'll be able to see the entire card for the Elimination Chamber. I can tell you this now, it's going to be a big show. You know, the Royal Rumble was awesome. We had 1,600 people come out for the live stream. Hope to see all you guys there again. I don't think we're going to break that record. That's probably going to be a record that will be forever etched in stone here in BrendenPlayz. Maybe WrestleMania is a small chance of beating it, but let's be honest, probably not. So we're not going to beat that record, I know that, but it'd be great if we can once again get near that 1,000 viewer mark for the Elimination Chamber live. It's going to be awesome. You guys will surely love it, as at the moment there's a double arm drag there by the American Alpha, working well together here against Aiden English. Now Jason Jordan in there with English all by himself, so trying to wear him down with that chin lock there. So the Elimination Chamber should be fantastic. I'm hoping you guys do come along, but of course, if you can't, it's always available to watch on YouTube once the streams are all done. Nice power there by Jason Jordan, tossing Aiden English down with the gut wrench suplex. But English, though, countering and gets back to his feet and tosses down Jordan, tags in his partner Simon Gotch. And the tag is made, and now this match could turn. Still to come, we have Apollo Crews and Brian Kendrick one-on-one, and of course our 6-man tag team match to close the show out here tonight. At the moment, Simon Gotch once again wearing away on the chin there of Jason Jordan. So American Alpha and the Vaude Villians, two of the teams that we saw compete for the NXT Tag Team Championships at one point down in NXT. And on that occasion, it was the American Alpha getting the victory, went on to become the NXT Tag Team Champions. Impressive win, no doubt about that. The Vaude Villians went on to get themselves another opportunity down the line with another failure. So the Vaude Villians have come close without winning the gold, and that has to be frustrating for this team, and they are going to want to improve on that. Getting yourself in the title picture is hard enough, but when you get yourself there and you don't go on to win, that is as frustrating as it can get, because you may not be able to get yourself back in the picture. You've got to make the most of your opportunities if they come about, and that's something the Vaude Villians need to do if they can win here tonight. Otherwise, potentially, well, they might not get another opportunity, and that would be disastrous indeed for them. Simon Gotch now in the corner, going to be whipped into the other side by Jordan. Now the running shoulder right into the gut of Simon Gotch, spearing into the corner there. Big tackle there by Jordan, who's now sent it into the other corner. Now some teamwork perhaps here by the Vaude Villians. English, oh, just a double axe handle right on the arm there of Jordan. It's not flashy, it's not amazing, but it is effective by the Vaude Villians. And now English happy just to wipe the dust away off his boots, and showing little to no respect here for Jason Jordan, who hits a clothesline. Well, they might want to show them some respect, because the American Alpha have gotten the better of the Vaude Villians a number of times. Vaude Villians, though, Aiden English with a headbutt, and now, hang on a second, Jordan taken down with a swinging neckbreaker there by English. The Usos await the winner of this one, and as we documented, the Usos, ever since coming back to Raw after Survivor Series, they have been on a roll, winning majority of their matches, a few slip-ups here and there, certainly in the singles competition, but when they team up together, they are very, very hard to beat, and we've found that out. Oh, the referee, though, in the way of that one, being taken out. Will either team take advantage here? Look out. Oh! Second rope, launching himself up there into the corkscrewing uppercut there by English. Referee's down, though, so can't fully take advantage, but perhaps can kind of avoid some of the rules. But the referee's back to his feet, thank goodness for that. Now Simon Gotch this time comes after the arm again, with both fists clenched together and onto the arm of Jordan. Jordan, no, nice counter, come back. No! Simon Gotch just when we thought Jordan was going to perhaps get the tag. Gotch with a nice counter. Jordan, though, countering Gotch again and takes him down. Inverted DDT there by Jason Jordan, and now Simon Gotch is down, perhaps for the count. Here comes Jordan now for the 3. No, only going to get 1. Inverted DDT, not enough here, but Jason Jordan, though, working his way back into this match. The Vaude Villains have done well to isolate Jordan for a decent period of time, but the tag is going to be made, and all that hard work has now gone to waste. Chad Gable now into the cover, thinks he may have him. Not yet, though, as the pressure still applied, though. American Alpha working their way back into it. You probably would have to say, based off history and based off recent form, the American Alpha are the favourites to win this one. But certainly the Vaude Villains have shown up and performed pretty well so far. Gable now launching himself over the top of the rope, connecting. And look out, here comes the elbow. Right on the neck and the chin of Simon Gotch. Chad Gable, sliding drop kick there. And Gable now trying to pump himself up here. Looking towards the fans for a bit of assistance, for a bit of support. Gonna get Gotch up. But Gotch, though, countering. Takes Chad Gable off his feet as an uppercut there. As Gable with a counter of his own. Now Chad Gable. Underhook. And oh no, Gotch countering. Pulls down Gable, takes him off his feet. Nicely done there. Otherwise, he was in some trouble, you'd have to say. Chad Gable now with the uppercut. Gable. What can he do here to Gotch? It's that bridging suplex into the cover now. Here we go. Could be in here. May have him. No. Kick out it to Aiden English. Not too phased. Didn't even attempt to try and save his teammate. Full confidence in your partner. And that's something that you have to have as well. Trust and confidence in your partner at all times. You really don't get that many opportunities to interfere in a tag team match before the referee may look to disqualify you. So you got to choose them wisely. And in a situation like that where perhaps it's not quite on 100%, well, that's where you have to kind of trust in your partner that he's going to kick out. Snap suplex there by Gable. American Alpha utilize those suplexes better than anyone else, really. As a nice kick out again there by Gotch, staying in this one. Just won't quit at the moment, will he? Just keeps on fighting no matter what the situation. As Gable trying his best to take him out for good here. More kicks now. Stomping away on Gotch's back. Chad Gable now has the arm of Gotch. And oh, look at that. Oh, tosses Simon Gotch to the other side. The ring follows up with a few more stomps. Chad Gable looking good now. Simon Gotch probably needs a tag, or otherwise this match could be quickly over. Stomp to the back there by Gable onto Gotch, and now into the cover, hooking the leg. This may be it here for Simon Gotch. American Alpha are going to the Elimination Chamber. No. Not yet, though. They're getting close. Wearing down on Gotch. Gable thinks he may have him soon. Gotch, though, countering, and that's the crucial counter. Didn't go for the tag, though. Is that a mistake? Might look for it now, though. He's going to get it. That's exactly what they needed. A huge counter. And look out. Uppercut into the swinging neckbreaker. Great tag team work by the Vaude Villains. Chad Gable in trouble. And Jason Jordan doesn't even want to look. He knew what was coming next. Gable couldn't kick out. And some great tag team maneuvers has earned the Vaude Villains probably a bit of a sneaky win. I thought for a moment Simon Gotch was in massive trouble. But a good counter and a good comeback here by the Vaude Villains to come back and win this one. Now they'll meet the Usos for the gold at the Chamber, which will be a huge match for the Vaude Villains. They're back on top of the tag division. American Alpha have been the top team coming through. Perhaps it's now the Vaude Villains. This is the match you'll see. The WWE Raw Tag Team titles on the line. The Usos versus the Vaude Villains. What a match it will be. Can the Usos hang on? Or will we see new tag team champions? Let me know in the comment section down below your prediction on who will win that match. We're backstage here with AJ Styles, the #1 contender for the championship, the Royal Rumble winner. And hang on, Luke Gallows! Luke Gallows from the BÁLOR Club, he's back! Gallows is back and AJ Styles perhaps doing a bit of a deal there with Gallows. I wonder what that's all about. AJ Styles perhaps trying to set up his future. I'm not sure. Perhaps looking for some help against Sami Zayn to ensure that he is guaranteed to make it to WrestleMania maybe. I don't know, but looks as though the club could be back. Apollo Crews. He's going to go one-on-one now with Brian Kendrick. The Brian Kendrick, I should say. As Apollo Crews looks to become the #1 contender for the US Championship. A good opportunity here for Crews. Obviously, Brian Kendrick feels in his mind he deserves the shot. He should have the shot. Shouldn't have to earn it. But our Raw General Manager Christian decided, let's give Apollo Crews one of his best and new up-and-coming signees. He's got his hands on Brian Kendrick here as well. So Christian going to make sure that Apollo Crews gets an opportunity, as well as this man, Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick recently debuting here on Raw not too long ago. He's scheduled to be part of the NXT Cruiserweight division when the Cruiserweights arrive to NXT after WrestleMania. But Brian Kendrick, though, said he couldn't wait. He didn't want to wait around. He wanted to be a part of the WWE right now. He didn't want to sit at home and do nothing. He wanted an opportunity to prove himself that he still got it. And he wanted an opportunity at Shinsuke Nakamura's US Championship. He feels as though he has already earned it with a win over Zack Ryder, as we saw last episode. An impressive win. But in my opinion, I think Kendrick's got to do a little bit more than a one win. And that's why Christian is putting Kendrick up against Crews here tonight. Shinsuke Nakamura actually has requested a match against Brian Kendrick, hence why Christian is giving Kendrick an opportunity. Christian decided to listen to his champion, who the champion wants to battle with. And that's probably good management there by Christian, deciding just to listen to his talent, look at the superstars he wants to face, who he doesn't like, who he can settle the score with, and who he can prove a point against. Kendrick exactly that there for Nakamura. But Apollo Crews, though, a rising star here on Raw. We've seen him perform quite well in recent times, including a big Battle Royal matchup and that last chance Battle Royal to get a part of the Chamber. Big elbow there by Crews. Crews performed very well in that match. Unfortunately, couldn't get the victory, though. But Apollo Crews has been very, very impressive since arriving. Oh, setting dropkick there. Since arriving to Raw, we saw plenty of him as well in NXT, and boy, was he a treat to see down there. And Crews just looking to regain some of that form in NXT here on Raw. Bit of a reality check in recent times for Crews, though, as he hasn't quite performed as well as he would have liked since arriving to Raw. But it's a big opportunity for him here, as he's showcasing some of his skills there. That belly to belly over the top of the rope into the ring. Couldn't quite get the win, though. But Crews is looking good in the opening stages of this one already. Kendrick, though. How good has Kendrick been since arriving? Already making a big impact, a big statement. Kendrick obviously dropped a lot of his size, but he's decided he wants to be a part of that Cruiserweight division. He feels as though that's a great opportunity, a great window of opportunity for him to kind of strike in and be a part of and establish himself again as one of the top names in the WWE. But this time he'll be in NXT. But a great opportunity for him here to be on Raw. Perhaps it's only for a limited time, unless he wins that US title, but it's a great opportunity for Kendrick to just see if he's still one of the best around. Kendrick now. Oh, he's got Crews and picks him up and drives him down to the mat. And now Kendrick up the top of the rope. Big splash there off the top. Frog splash onto Apollo Crews. And what about that there from Brian Kendrick? Kendrick with a solid start here. Impressive already, as he's trying to bring out the big moves to perhaps give himself some momentum heading in towards the Chamber and preparing himself for Nakamura. But Apollo Crews not going to go down that easy. Crews, as we said, a rising star. Smackdown really wanted Apollo Crews, but they ended up with Baron Corbin, which is not a bad consolation anyways. Two great athletes. But Apollo Crews found his home here on Raw, and, well, I guess Apollo Crews has to be pretty happy with his choice. He's here on Raw. Signed a great contract, a really bright future here. Obviously, Christian seeing some big things in Apollo Crews. And Crews, with enziguri like that, moves like that, will provide him with a big future. That's a big move that could take Kendrick out of this match. Apollo Crews just taking a quick breather, though, as he gets himself ready and prepared. What's Crews thinking here? Apollo Crews. Oh, Kendrick with a big counter. right hand. Cruz couldn't capitalize. Oh, went for the belly to belly. Cruz not having any, obviously the bigger and the stronger of the two. And oh, what about that kick by Apollo Crews? Almost flattened Kendrick. Cruz really showcasing his ability now. Cruz is as impressive as they come. And he's got Kendrick up with one power bomb. He's still got him up there. Kendrick, a pretty light man, but Cruz still showing his impressive strength there. 3 power bombs in a row to Kendrick. And Brian Kendrick just being tossed around this ring like he's nothing by Apollo Crews. Crews quickly showcasing just how good he is right now. What an opportunity it would be to verse Nakamura for the championship. Crews has... Oh, what about that from Apollo Crews? Just completely picking up. Kendrick almost got the 3 count for the German suplex. We've talked about Crews a lot lately. He's a hybrid athlete. The ability to showcase his speed, his agility, his athleticism, also has the power and strength, that explosive power that can launch you across the ring, really do some devastating damage. And sometimes you forget how strong Apollo Crews really is because of his high-flying capabilities. Kendrick now, a shot to Crews. Oh, hang on, Kendrick now got the submission applied. The submission applied, it's the yes lock. Obviously friends with Daniel Bryan throughout his career. They've had plenty of battles with one another over the years. And Kendrick thought about nearly beating Apollo Crews with that very move. And oh, Crews tried to follow it up with a kick to the back, but Kendrick now. Here he comes, Kendrick. Clothesline into Crews. Ducks underneath. And a super kick right to the jaw of Apollo Crews. And Kendrick now wants to take the time to remind the fans just how good he is. Well, I'm not sure about that by Kendrick, but if it works, it works. Kendrick now, trying to put Crews away. Big clothesline and counter there by Apollo Crews, and Kendrick couldn't quite get the win just yet, though. Kendrick, though, countering Crews again. Oh, the knee to the head of Crews. Crews, can he fight back in this one? Kendrick's looking good. As now, hang on a second, Kendrick going to use the ropes for a bit of a DDT, perhaps. And what about that from Kendrick, and Crews cut open? Brian Kendrick using the ring, all his surroundings to try and beat Apollo Crews here into the cover. Crews only gives him the 1 count, though. That's a little deflating for Kendrick, who's looked good. Attempted dropkick and a miss. Now Apollo Crews, though, can't get it. Kendrick countering Crews. Now Kendrick. He's got Crews and slams him down. Now Kendrick, what has he got planned here? Up top, Brian Kendrick. What is he going to do now? Kendrick, oh, a shooting star press into the cover. Crews has got nothing left. No, a kick out. Crews with a big kick out. Kendrick thought he had his man, but not quite. Now Kendrick, perhaps looking for the captain's hook, wants to put Crews away once and for all. And now he's got the submission in. It's the yes lock, though. And will he use Brian's move to his own advantage? Yes, he will. Crews taps, and Kendrick using anything he can tonight to get himself the win. An impressive win nonetheless by Kendrick. And this is the match we're going to see at the Elimination Chamber. It is Shinsuke Nakamura versus Brian Kendrick, the Brian Kendrick, for the United States Championship. Kendrick has a great chance here to prove himself against one of the very best in Nakamura. Can Nakamura continue his great title reign by beating Brian Kendrick? Or will Kendrick be able to relive his dream of once again being a champion here in the WWE? The yes lock by Kendrick, friends with Daniel Bryan throughout the years, and Brian Kendrick using that very move to pick up the win here tonight over Apollo Crews. Well, there's Carl Anderson. We saw Gallows a moment ago, and now Styles has found Anderson. Shakes his hand. I don't know what's going on there, but Styles is planning something. Something just before his match against Sami Zayn at the Elimination Chamber. Styles will put his Royal Rumble spot on the line, not because he wants to, but because Christian has forced him to. Christian making Styles defend his Rumble spot, and his WrestleMania spot, I should say, after he won the Royal Rumble match. Sami Zayn, who feels as though he screwed over an opportunity. He feels as though he deserved to be a part of the WrestleMania main event. He feels as though he was going to win the Royal Rumble if he had the number 30 spot, which of course AJ Styles had and used to his own advantage. But Sami Zayn did not win because he came in very early in the Rumble. Unfortunately, couldn't win. AJ Styles went on to win, but now Sami Zayn has a second chance. Can he make the most of it? We'll find out at the Chamber. For now, though, speaking of the Elimination Chamber, here are the 6 participants of the Elimination Chamber match. We just saw Dolph Ziggler. Seth Rollins just said as well. And now, their final partner of their team, it is John Cena, a man who's had his run-ins with the champion BÁLOR in recent times. But you can say the same about Ziggler and Rollins as well. All 3 men have been gunning for the BÁLOR Club over the last few months. Now tonight, they team up. They have vowed to take out Finn Balor in that chamber match. They want to beat BÁLOR, and they want to end the reign of the BÁLOR Club once and for all. But the problem is, though, if Finn Balor loses, well, their backup plan is AJ Styles. Styles could perhaps win the title back for the club and get the club back on top just like that. But if Finn Balor can retain, though, and AJ Styles can go over to Smackdown and win the World Heavyweight Championship, what a powerhouse group that would be. They would be unstoppable. They would be dominating the entire WWE. What a group that would be. But Rusev now enters this matchup. He's going to be tough, a former US champion who's had his problems with Dolph Ziggler in recent times over the history of Universe Samoa. Plenty of battles between these two for that US title. Rusev, he won the last chance battle royal to be a part of this one. We talked about it a moment ago where Apollo Crews was of course part of it. Well, Rusev won it, and he earned the last spot available in this chamber match, just barely getting through on the skin of his teeth, surviving and getting himself into this matchup. His partner, Roman Reigns, a man who also has had his dealings with Ziggler in the last couple months. Not exactly a big fan of Ziggler, but we saw a little bit earlier on Roman Reigns there with Finn Balor. I'm not sure what that was all about. A bit of a confrontation, a bit of a meeting between the two. It looked as though it was a pretty friendly interaction as well. Of course, Finn Balor, the rumor is he's searching around looking for someone to help him out. Obviously, the BÁLOR Club can't help him out inside the Elimination Chamber. So there's a bit of a rumor going around that, well, Finn Balor is looking for anyone to give him some support and perhaps try and team up for a while to take out CENA, Ziggler, and Rollins. Will Roman Reigns be that man? Maybe it's Rusev. Maybe he can convince either CENA, Ziggler, or Rollins to turn on one another and join up with Balor. I don't know. Finn Balor has been able to do some crazy things. But a bit of an interaction with Roman Reigns earlier on gives us a bit of an indication of where we're currently headed at the Elimination Chamber. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Your leader, the leader of the BÁLOR Club. It is Finn Balor himself. Your champion since SummerSlam. The man who has dominated Monday Night Raw like no one else we've seen in a long time. His club, AJ Styles, Gallows and Anderson, who made their return here tonight, have been dominating everyone in their way. Well, they've been able to dominate the last couple months without Gallows and Anderson. Of course, they went on a tour of Japan, and they recently went back to Japan for a couple months to compete there. They went on tour. Their tour recently just finished. Now they are back here in the WWE. Of course, former megastars over in Japan. They dominated there with the likes of Balor and AJ Styles, of course, meeting up there and forming a friendship. That's why the group has been so successful, because of that bond that they currently have. But we saw Gallows and Anderson head over to Japan just to kind of go back there and reunite with some of their Japanese stars over there and compete over there for a period of time whilst Finn Balor was kind of dealing with the Royal Rumble. They kind of knew that it was not a bad time for them to move on for a little bit of time, but now WrestleMania season, they are back, and well, an indication earlier on, they're back and they're in talks with AJ Styles right now. They're trying to plan something with Styles. I'm not sure what it is. I'm guessing that a bit of help against Sami Zayn is probably where they are currently going to be used right now. Roman Reigns enters this match with Seth Rollins. Wow, what about the history between Reigns and Rollins? You go back to last year's Elimination Chamber. Seth Rollins actually got beat by Roman Reigns in that Elimination Chamber match for the championship. Reigns, that's why he's one of the heavy favorites. Last year, he won the Elimination Chamber match. Incredible performance by Reigns. And so far, he's the only man to have won a championship in the Elimination Chamber. Every other time, the championship has been defended. Reigns now dragging Rollins into the middle of the ring, or towards it, and hits the elbow as well. Roman Reigns has beaten Rollins in the past, but Seth Rollins arguably has got the better of Reigns throughout the majority of their confrontations. And at the moment, Reigns is down, and Cena's into the matchup. We saw Cena and Reigns a few weeks ago, and it took 5 AAs to beat Roman Reigns. Incredible effort by Reigns, but Cena and Reigns now get themselves another chance to relive that experience again. Perhaps another AA could be incoming. Cena wanted to go off the second. Rusev not allowing that. Of course, Cena defeated Rusev to earn his spot in the chamber match. Cena is going to try it again. Rusev again swats him off the second. Not sure what Cena's trying to do there. Not a good idea at all. So this is going to be a highly competitive match at the Elimination Chamber. It will be every man for themselves. But we get the feeling that Ziggler, Rollins, and Cena will try and get rid of Balor quickly. Cena, a nice Hurricane Rana there, trying to explore some more options here to keep Reigns down. Obviously, after using the AA 5 times against a man and not working, you have to kind of wonder how much can you use that move again. You know, you have to try and look for something else. Finn Balor doesn't even look interested in getting in this match right now. He's happy to let Reigns and Rusev do most of the work, and why wouldn't he? Cena, back body drop. Down he goes, thanks to Rusev. If you're Finn Balor, you want to be a 110% heading in towards that chamber match. You do not want to have a scratch on your body to try and survive that chamber. We can confirm that Christian has given Finn Balor the 6th spot in the Elimination Chamber match. So Finn Balor will actually come into the chamber last, giving him the best advantage to win. And Christian has said that's the only advantage he could possibly give him. And that's a reward for his great service. And, well, I guess the ratings ability he's been able to draw in for Raw and the great matches he has been putting on. So, a bit of a reward. Nice teamwork there by Rusev, striking Cena with that kick to the side of the head. So, Finn Balor has been a great servant of Monday Night Raw, really producing great results. So, because of that, Christian rewarding him. So, that's a bit of a lucky break there for Finn Balor. Perhaps that's the one advantage he does need to survive the Elimination Chamber. Cena now striking away on Balor to the gut, doing everything he possibly can. Now Cena, look out, here comes. Uh-oh, look out. Sunset flip, down goes Balor. Cena and Balor, they met at the Rumble one-on-one, where Finn Balor defeated Cena. But of course, it was after the match, Balor and Styles attacked John Cena. And John Cena, let's not forget, he's got a man named Goldberg who's currently gunning for him. We heard from Goldberg last week, who basically said, look, I'm not a fan of Cena. He took my spot at WrestleMania. I wanted to be the man to win. I wanted to be the hero to the kids one more time. And I wanted to main event at WrestleMania for the first time in my career. And Cena took that all away when he eliminated Goldberg at the Rumble. Cena now! The AA! Cena with the AA! Rusev distracting the referee though. Rusev distracting the ref. Now the ref in position. He's taking his sweet time. Balor still finds a way to kick out. Way too much time has passed. This match is imploded though. All 6 men in the ring now. The referee can't keep control. The referee distracted, then he went for a bit of a sprint afterwards. Forgot where he was, trying to get himself in position, but he took forever. And Balor able to kick out of the AA. Now Ziggler taken down off his feet. Ziggler's not the legal man. John Cena is. Finn Balor, I don't think has realized he's got a submission on Ziggler, trying to wrench the back of Ziggler, I should say, is now Cena trying to come after Balor again. Cena's already tried the AA without much success. He may need to look for something else. But we are going to take a quick break. Cena hits the neck breaker. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back right after this. The Elimination Chamber is coming to you live Saturday, November 5th. Right here on BrendenPlayz. It's available on YouTube and Twitch. There will be a pre-show 30 minutes before the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view begins, so at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time or at 6:30 PM UK time. Of course, you can watch the show once it has aired on YouTube and Twitch. You can watch it on YouTube at any time, any place. Do not miss it. The Elimination Chamber, November 5th. We're back here on Raw. Right now, Ziggler and Rusev are in this matchup as CENA watches on, but it's going to be Ziggler tagging in Rollins. I thought CENA might get the tag there, but instead opting for Rollins. Obviously, Ziggler and Rollins have formed an alliance in recent times. Pretty successful one at that. Obviously, go back to Hell in a Cell where Ziggler and Rollins defeated Gallows and Anderson in a Hell in a Cell match. And what about that clothesline from Rusev? Oh my God, now into the accolade. CENA and Ziggler haven't really realized they need to get in there to help out. CENA though breaks through. And can he break it up? Yes, he can. It took him a couple of shots, but he got there, and now here comes BÁLOR. Oh, CENA taken off of his feet thanks to Finn Balor. Rusev now demanding that Rollins gets to his feet. Rusev felt as though maybe the accolade was going to finally get him the win. It didn't do it though. Now here's the cover. Ziggler, he can't get there to help, but Rollins able to help himself there with a kick out of two. CENA now trying to launch himself at Rusev. Didn't quite get all of it, but it's enough to help Rollins out. As Rusev goes head first, driven into the mat there by Rollins. Seth Rollins, can he take advantage here? Rollins now drives Rusev into the corner. Rollins not messing around now. He's got Rusev. He's got him up. Hang on. Into the turnbuckle powerbomb by Seth Rollins. Normally this leads to the big move that will get him the win, but Rusev with a counter. Rusev countering Seth Rollins, taking him down. And now working away on the chin. Rusev trying to do a bit of damage control here. He realizes he's in a bit of trouble. He needs to try and slow Rollins down before he can look for that pedigree to try and put Rusev away. Rollins are trying to counter, and he will. Both heads colliding there. Ziggler trying to pump the crowd up, trying to help Rollins out here. And now, oh, back body drop by Rusev. Great power and strength there. Reigns and Finn Balor watching on, watching Rusev go about his business. At the moment, Rusev's looking pretty good here. The former US champion, a great champion at that. Obviously, he defeated Ziggler for the US title, ending Ziggler's longest championship reign in Universe Mode history was the US Championship reign. Incredible stuff from Dolph Ziggler. But it was all ended thanks to Rusev. Plenty of history in this match amongst all 6 men, which is why it is set up to be a great one when we get to the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view November 5th. Rusev now has Rollins. Oh boy. What is he trying to do now? Rusev going to stretch the body of Rollins, inflicting real pain here on Seth. Referee now taken out though. Trouble now. Rusev taken off his feet. This is just going crazy now. Everyone can get in there for as long as they like. No referee to try and control the situation. Balor and Rusev both trying to get to their feet. CENA coming after Rusev. Ziggler after Balor for a moment. No. But now a double neck breaker by CENA and Ziggler. Rollins feels as though he could get the win here. Went for the cover. Oh! Ziggler takes out Reigns. So it's all down to Balor here to try and lend a hand here to Rusev. But Rollins with a right hand takes out Balor. What about that from Rollins? No assistance right now for Rusev. He's all alone. Rollins, if he can hit a pedigree here, he's going to pick up the win. But here's Roman Reigns. He's back in. And Reigns wants in the ring. Reigns is coming after Ziggler for a moment, I thought. Reigns deciding against it. I think the referee was telling him not to. And hang on. He might want to get in there now. Pedigree! Reigns taken out by Ziggler. Balor's back to his feet now. Can Finn Balor get himself involved and save the day? Pedigree here. Cover. And he's got it. Seth Rollins pins Rusev just before the Elimination Chamber. Finn Balor tried to get in there and lend a helping hand, but Seth Rollins was able to get the win thanks to the help of CENA and Ziggler, who helped take out Reigns and Balor. Rollins with a big win, and now, just before the Elimination Chamber, CENA, Rollins, and Ziggler with the upper hand. It could go either way, folks. I have no idea who's going to win. 6 of the very best on Raw all compete for the WWE Championship. What a match it is going to be. We asked for a prediction earlier on about the Tag Team Championship match, but I'd love another one if you've made it all the way to the end of this video. First of all, thank you Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, but also in the comments, who is going to win that Elimination Chamber match? Big effort by CENA, ROLLINS, and CENA tonight. Is that enough to prove themselves ready for the championship? We're going to find out in the Elimination Chamber. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us for the episode of Universe Mode. It's a long one. I hope you guys appreciate the longer video to make up for my lack of uploads. Thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to show you guys the Elimination Chamber coming up very soon. One more episode of Smackdown to go. Do not miss that. Then we get ready for the Chamber. Thanks guys for watching. See you next time.